Madam President, I call up my Amendment 106 and ask that it be reported by number.
The clerk will report.
The senator from Arkansas, Mr. Cotton, proposes an amendment numbered 106.
Colleagues, this bill has budget caps for domestic and defense spending. I don't like the defense number in this year. I like it even less next year. That's why I'm opposing it. But it also has a much worse provision. It has a 1% automatic reduction. That is based on last year's omnibus, not the caps on this bill. Let me restate that. Last year's omnibus, not this bill. So if we go to a continuing resolution on October 1, which we almost always do, domestic spending will go up by $61 billion, while defense goes down by $27 billion. Not the caps in this bill. If the sequester of 1% kicks in, domestic spending will go up by $61 billion, and defense will go down by $37 billion. Progressives will get more welfare for grown men who refuse to work while defense is slashed. Think about the incentives this gives to the Democratic leader when it comes to appropriations bills. I ask for a simple change in this amendment. The caps or the sequester should be based on the caps that you're about to agree to, not last year's spending bill. I yield the floor.
Senator from Washington
Madam
is
President,
recognized.
I rise in opposition to the senator's amendment. Our defense spending is critical, but so are our investments to combat fentanyl, rebuild American manufacturing, especially for things like chips, improve access to childcare, early learning, and a lot more. We cannot shortchange our investments in families and our country's future, and the underlying bill will already force painful cuts. This amendment would make it so the consequences of failing to pass our appropriations bills falls heavily on our non-defense programs, and that will hurt our families across the country. Let me be clear, we will not let that happen. None of us want to end up in a situation where we have a CR in the first place. That is exactly why I am committed to making sure we write the strongest 12 funding bills possible and get them passed in a timely way. This amendment would set us back even further and target the programs that are a lifeline for working people in this country. I urge my colleagues to vote no.
The question is on the amendment. Is there a sufficient second? There appears to be a sufficient second.